In this video, improve your English and gain experience by listening to a speech about an interesting topic.
Hi, I'm Eric. Welcome to We Do Topic Talks. Topic Talks is where I make a speech about an interesting topic, so English language learners can get some experience listening to English. You can listen to my example now, and then at the end of the video, try to answer a few questions. Today's topic is chocolate. I'm guessing you know what chocolate is. Most people do. But just in case you don't know where it comes from, actually, chocolate is made from the seed of a fruit called cacao. This might be surprising for some people because, in English at least, it's often called a bean, but it's not really a bean. They're seeds, and these seeds are dried, roasted, and ground into a sticky paste. Now, when you grind coffee, it becomes a dry powder. But when you grind these chocolate seeds, it becomes a kind of sticky paste. The paste can be separated into a solid dry powder and a liquid. The liquid is called cocoa butter. This cocoa powder and cocoa butter are the ingredients that are used to make all the delicious sweets and treats we think of when we say the word chocolate. Since it has this kind of natural butter in it, chocolate sweets melt in your mouth. Most of the chocolate growth and production happens in West Africa. The Ivory Coast is the country that grows and produces the most chocolate in the world. However, Central America, basically Mexico, is the natural home of chocolate. It's where the cacao fruit naturally grows. And there, in ancient Mexico, it was made into a drink that the people loved. It seems like chocolate has been drunk by these people for about 4,000 years that we know of. It may be longer. But the flavor of that ancient chocolate drink isn't really the same as the flavor of the chocolate sweets and snacks that we enjoy today. That's because they didn't put sugar in it. Chocolate's natural flavor hasn't changed. It's just that we're used to sweet chocolate. Real, natural chocolate is very bitter. I love bitter flavors, so for me it's okay. But a lot of people don't like to drink unsweetened chocolate. So we put a large amount of sugar in most of the sweets and drinks that are made of chocolate today. So, when did the rest of the world get chocolate? Like I said, it's been drunk in Mexico for about 4,000 years, but it didn't come to Europe until about 500 years ago. And then, it was only drunk by the richest royalty. Chocolate was a pretty new treat for the rest of the world. Since Spain was the European country that conquered Central America, chocolate was first introduced to Spain, but it quickly became popular everywhere. Chocolate made people feel good, even if they didn't like the flavor. It seemed like this drink had some special power. The Europeans started putting sugar in it to sweeten the flavor, and then they added milk as well to make it softer. And of course, eventually, they put it in molds to make candies, like modern chocolate sweets. And since Europeans had colonies all around the world, they began to introduce chocolate to all the places they influenced. Basically, everywhere they had colonies, they started growing chocolate. For example, chocolate came to Asia through the Philippines. Spain had a colony in the Philippines, so they brought chocolate there first. Then the French brought chocolate to Vietnam, and the English brought chocolate to India, and so on. Now it seems chocolate is popular around the world, right? Doesn't everybody love chocolate? Well, actually, chocolate is not eaten in large amounts everywhere. The people who love chocolate the most seem to be the Swiss, in Europe, of course. Switzerland consumes the most chocolate per person in the world. But the country that consumes the most chocolate overall is the US. As a country, they buy the most chocolate. So, in the Americas and in Europe, chocolate is very popular. But what about Asia, the Middle East, and Africa? Well, in Asia, Japan seems to really love chocolate the most. They consume chocolate similar to the Americans and Europeans. But in other Asian countries, it's a lot less. And what about the Middle East? Well, the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, lead the region. But the amount of chocolate they consume per person is less than half as much as the people in Europe. And the rest of the Middle Eastern region is much lower. And then there's Africa. Like I said at the beginning of this video, West Africa grows the world's chocolate, but they don't eat it. African nations don't consume much chocolate at all. But this doesn't mean they don't like chocolate. In many parts of the world that aren't as rich as Europe or America or Japan, chocolate is seen as a kind of luxury item. In the nations where chocolate is very popular, everybody buys chocolate every day without thinking about it. But in many places, it still isn't available to average people. Like I said, it's a luxury. Chocolate is made into sweets and candies, and not everybody can buy such things every day. But this makes me think about the original use of chocolate. They didn't use chocolate as a treat in Mexico. It had a bitter flavor, but they added a lot of spices to make the flavor more complex. And this drink was thought of as something like a medicine, something that was very healthy. It was thought that chocolate made you feel more energetic, and it relaxed your stomach if you were feeling a little sick. And this is true too. Chocolate has the ability to make you feel very good. So it's not just about the flavor. But now my question is, if everybody in the world could buy chocolate every day, would they? Would every human being love chocolate if they could get it? Since I love chocolate, I think this is true. I think everybody would love chocolate, but I'm not really sure. Food is a part of culture, and every culture has different tastes. They love different things. What people love to eat in your country may not be loved in other countries. It's hard to say. What about you? Do you love chocolate? What about bitter chocolate? What's popular in your country that's not popular around the world? Oh, by the way, when I was preparing this video, I started wondering what Europeans loved. That is, what kind of treats they had before they got chocolate. But I haven't been able to find a really good answer. I'm not really sure. Coffee and chocolate came from the Americas, and I know they drank tea before that, which came from Asia. But what kind of treats did they eat? I just don't know. But if you know what people loved in your country before they discovered chocolate, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to find out.
Questions 1. Fill in the blanks with the correct expressions. Now we have a few questions for you to practice with. If you think you would like to try, you can pause the video for a few minutes and think about it. Then, when you're ready, I'll show you the answers. Are you ready? Here are the answers. Number 1. The flavor of that ancient drink isn't really the same as the flavor of the chocolate sweets and snacks we eat today. Number 2. The natural flavor hasn't changed, but now we are used to sweet chocolate. Number 3. Chocolate can make people feel good, even if they don't really like the flavor. Number 4. but actually, chocolate is not eaten in large amounts everywhere. Number 5. It was thought that chocolate made you feel more energetic, and it relaxed your stomach. Questions 2. Match the words that have the same meanings. Again, we have a few more questions for you to practice with. If you think you would like to try, you can pause the video now while you think about it. Then, when you're ready, I'll show you the correct answers. Are you ready? Here are the correct answers. Number 1. Most of the chocolate growth and production today takes place, occurs in West Africa. Number 2. In many parts of the world, chocolate is seen as a kind of luxury, extravagance, rich pleasure. Number 3. Food is a part of culture, and every culture has different tastes, preferences, inclinations. So they love different things. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope these videos are good practice for you. If you think it's interesting or helpful, please push the like button below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, if there's something you would like to hear me talk about in the future, just leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Thank you.